Hello everyone, I am Dr. Irdaya Raj from the Department of English, and today we are going to learn about the topic paragraph writing. So what is a paragraph? A paragraph is a group of sentences organized around a central idea. A particular paragraph can contain 6 to 8 sentences. You can go more than that with having 12 to sentences also, but the minimum length of a paragraph should be around 8 sentences. Now, these 8 sentences should include a topic sentence, your supporting statements, and also a concluding sentence. Now, what are the 4 essential elements in a paragraph? They are unity, coherence, topic sentence, and then adequate development. Let us look at these 4 elements in detail. Unity. Every paragraph revolves around one central idea, and this central idea is called as a topic sentence. And all your supporting statements should revolve around this central idea. You are going to organize your supporting sentences in a sequence because then only it will make logical sense. For example, if I give you a topic like how you spent your Sunday, you are going to tell me the sequential order from when you woke up to the time the day ended for you. So you're going to follow your timeline when you're going to describe your entire day. So that is called as a chronological way of representing your ideas. So this is one way of writing a paragraph. There are other ways in which you can write your central idea, and in whatever way you are writing your idea, it has to revolve around the topic sentence. And this is what makes a paragraph a very unified one. The next thing that you should take care of is coherence. Coherence means there should be connection between one sentence and the other sentence in the paragraph, and between one paragraph and another paragraph in a longer body of literature, like let us say an essay. If there is no connection between your sentences and between paragraph, then the purpose is lost. So you have to maintain this coherence throughout. And how do you maintain this coherence? We make use of transitional elements to build this coherence in between sentences and from one paragraph to the other paragraph. The next thing that you should take care of is your topic sentence. It should be the first or the second sentence in a single paragraph. The topic sentence can be anywhere in an introductory paragraph for an essay. But if you are writing only one paragraph on a given topic, then your topic sentence should be the first or the second sentence, followed by having other supporting statements. Now, how do you develop a paragraph then? You can develop a paragraph using the number of cues that are there in front of you. Let's look at them one by one. First, we can develop a paragraph by using expert opinions. For example, if I have to talk about a topic like global warming, then my personal opinion does not matter here. I should take data, stats, and figures that it is available anywhere. So those are the expert opinions. If I have to again go back to the topic like how I spent my Sunday, then I can talk about my personal experiences. I can also develop a paragraph using a number of examples and illustrations. If I have to talk about global warming, there will be examples, let us say from our state of Telangana to India to going international. We can quote a number of examples and we can have illustrations as well to talk about our topic. Similarly, for citing data, we can do the same. If I have to talk about, let us say, a proverb, I should develop a proverb into a paragraph. Then I can use an anecdote or a very short story. For example, if we have to develop a paragraph on the topic, slow and steady wins the race, then I can definitely write a short anecdote about the story of the hare and the tortoise, and then I can say, thus slow and steady wins the race. And if there is a topic that demands your own analysis, then you can definitely feel free to develop a paragraph depending upon how you analyze a particular problem statement. How to write a good paragraph then? The first thing that you need to keep in mind is your readers. Who is your target audience? Are you writing for a general public? Are you writing it for a particular domain or a stream where the subject experts are going to read your write-up? Or are you writing for an age group that is not going to understand jargon? Then you have to simplify your vocab. So first thing you should know is who is your target audience. Once you know who your target audience is and you know what your topic is, the next thing that you should be doing is you brainstorm your ideas. Once you brainstorm your ideas and either brainstorm or put it in the form of a mind map, then you know that these are the ideas that you want to develop them into a paragraph. So once you jot down these ideas, the next step that you should follow is you have to organize your ideas in a sequential manner. As we discussed earlier, you can organize your ideas either in a logical way or you can do it in a chronological way. Have a sequence. You cannot randomly put down your ideas and develop them into paragraphs. So once you look at your mind map, you can then decide which point will go where, and accordingly you can develop your paragraphs. And please remember, the first draft is never the final draft. You can always go back and you can redo your draft and fine tune it, polish it, make it better depending on your level of satisfaction. So how do you develop a paragraph then? If you are narrating anything, then you have to use the chronological order. I've already told you how you spent your Sunday is definitely going to be a narrative in the form of a chronological order. If you are asked to describe something, for example, if you are asked to describe the Charminar, then you have to go by the physical description of the Charminar. If you are asked to describe a process, for example, photosynthesis, then you'll have to go and explain it step by step. Again, the sequence matters. So when you are doing all this, you are explaining your central idea and you're going to support your central idea with relevant examples and citations. So when do you start a new paragraph? So when you want to begin a new idea, when you want to bring in contrasting ideas, or when you feel that the readers need a pause, your paragraph has become too lengthy, it is running into, more than 15-20 lines or probably an entire page, then you definitely have to give it a break and begin a new paragraph. And then when you are finishing your introductory paragraph, you definitely have to begin with another paragraph. So the introductory paragraph and the concluding paragraph should never be a part of another paragraph. So these are the few instances where you need to begin a new paragraph. As I've told earlier that we have to maintain coherence using transitional devices. So these are the list of transitional devices that we need to use, and one paragraph would probably make use of 2 or 3 transitional devices, and in a longer piece of literature, let us say an essay, you would require at least 6 to 8 transitional devices. So these are some of the lists of transitional devices that will help you to write good paragraphs. So here is an example. This is a list of 7 sentences and these 7 sentences are shuffled. We have to make them into a proper logical paragraph. So the first sentence over here would be, one of the most important reference books that you must possess is a dictionary. Right. So this is your topic sentence. So now we know that we are going to discuss about a dictionary in this particular paragraph. Now what can be a second sentence for this? You do possess one perhaps, but I doubt whether you are aware of the different kinds of information it contains. So this becomes your second sentence and your first supporting statement to the topic sentence that we are discussing. So you do possess one perhaps, but I doubt whether you are aware of the different kinds of information it contains. So now we have to look at the third sentence, which we can connect to this in the logical order. It contains, of course, the meanings of difficult words. So the first thing that we look at is the meanings of the words when we want to refer to a dictionary. So it contains of course. So of course is your transitional device that's giving you a cue that this is the third sentence that is making a logical connection, right? So later, next sentence. It also gives you the pronunciation of the words. So this becomes your fourth sentence. The dictionary can be referred to various grammatical forms of words as well. Now this becomes your next sentence, and this is your transitional device there as well, right? So finally, every college dictionary contains illustrative sentences or phrases showing how words are actually used. So this becomes your next sentence. And finally is your cue that this has to be the next sentence in the logical order of telling us what are all the various elements that a dictionary contains, right? So after that, every college dictionary should provide at least 4 kinds of information about words, namely pronunciation, meaning, grammatical patterns, and usage. Now this becomes the final sentence for your entire paragraph. Now you might have a doubt. If the word finally is used over here, that should be the last sentence for the paragraph. And then why did I use it a sentence before? And that is not the last sentence for the paragraph. You need to use your common sense here. There has to be a logical connection. Just because you're using the word finally, it does not mean that it is the last sentence for that particular paragraph. Finally over there means we are talking about all the different elements in a dictionary, and the last thing that this finally is showing us is it contains the other illustrative parts also, right? So having said all these things that a dictionary should contain, the general conclusion for this paragraph is every college dictionary should have at least 4 kinds of information of all the above things that we have discussed, right? Now since I've solved this one for you, the next one is for you to give me the right answers. You can post your answers in the comment section, and then we can take the discussion forward if you have any queries. Thank you so much for listening to me.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe VNR Digital Learning Resource YouTube channel.